Hey, what you reading for?
I love this author and I want to tell you about her, what I think she does so well, and I want to tell you about the experiences I've had with her books. Thank you for clicking on this video and giving this channel a look. You can help other book lovers find this content by helping out the algorithm and giving this video a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support is greatly appreciated. I will run a short intro sequence featuring the music of the great American composer John Adams. I'll see you on the other side to talk about one of the best fiction writers working today. Canadian fiction writer Mona Awad from Montreal, Quebec. I have seen her listed as a horror writer. I do not think that her books qualify as horror, although she is not afraid to explore the darkness and to use supernatural or surreal elements to drive her stories. So I do think that horror fans or fans of literary horror would appreciate her work too. My first experience with Mona Awad was with her second book, Bunny. It was being talked about all over booktube. Seems like every booktuber was talking about it and creating quite a buzz for the book. And I am not immune to the buzz. I had to find out what all the buzz was about, so I got the book and I had to read and I was blown away. I don't think I had read anything comparable to Bunny. I mean, it is a very stylized story, very stylized writing, and I loved it. I mean, it is fun and is creative and imaginative, and I can't really tell you what the book is about because anything I say would either be a spoiler or it would make no sense at all. Basically, Bunny, it's set in a university, a liberal arts college in Ohio, I want to say, which may be a real college or a fictional one. But in any event, in the book, this college is depicted as having an avant-garde writing program where the protagonist is doing her master's in this writing program. And her peers come from money when she doesn't. So she does feel a little bit alienated. So we're dealing with a little bit of classism, a little bit of alienation and isolation and loneliness. Those are kind of the themes that are treated in Bunny, but it's really the style of the writing that really grabbed me and got my attention. If I had to compare Mona Awad, for a point of reference, while her voice is so unique, it did make me think a little bit of Craig Clevenger, another writer I really love, in that it's so creative and well crafted and stylized writing. The big difference, I think, that Craig Clevenger is probably a more grounded Mona Awad, if you will, and Mona Awad's stories and her writing really leaves reality, which is great. I have no interest in reality. What has reality ever done for me, right? So I try to avoid reality whenever possible, and Mona Awad, she gives me that opportunity, and I'm very grateful for that. After reading Bunny, I made a video about how much I liked it, and one of the viewers suggested, hey, if you liked Bunny, you should check out more of her work. Check out her third book, which is All's Well. So I listened to my viewers, obviously, I'm no fool, and I checked out All's Well. It was great. It was great. Very, very similar, or it has some similarities to Bunny in that it's also set in a university setting, but in this time it's a professor, and she is running the theater program, and she wants to put on Shakespeare's All's Well That Ends Well, while her students want to put on Macbeth. So there's a little bit of friction there, and there is also this, similar to Bunny, there's also the a contrast in socioeconomic standing because some of her students come from money, whereas this professor does not. So that is also that also comes into play here. And All's Well was fantastic. I loved it. Mona Awad also reminds me a little bit of Chuck Palahniuk in a way. I mean, there is a good dose of cynicism in her writing and her stories. Sometimes with Chuck Palahniuk, who is an author I really like as well, sometimes it's a bit much, the cynicism. I have to be in the right mood for that. I think with Mona Awad, she tones down the cynicism a bit compared to Chuck Palahniuk. With Mona Awad, I feel like I could read her books back to back, whereas with Chuck Palahniuk, I need to dose it a little better, right? But it is difficult to find a comparative author because her voice is so unique. And she has put out 4 books already. Her first was a collection of short stories that come together to form a coherent narrative, according to the reviews, because I have not read it yet, and that is called 13 Ways to Look at a Fat Girl. After that, she came out with Bunny, then All's Well, and then Rouge. So I've read Bunny, I read All's Well, and now I am not going to stop. Obviously, I'm going to in the coming weeks, I'm going to read her other 2 books because I am obsessed with lists and I'm obsessed with ranking things, and now I am obsessed with Mona Awad. So I'm going to be reading all of her books and then making a video where I rank them all, which will be a challenge because it seems like all her books are excellent so far. I've only read 2, but she's obviously a very talented writer, and she has a unique voice. Both Bunny and All's Well, the stories take place in a university context. They both deal with themes of loneliness, which is a theme that I can relate to. In both books, the protagonist feels a bit disenfranchised because they have financial difficulties, which is another theme I can relate to. So I feel like this author is speaking to me. She's speaking to me in the themes she writes about, and she's speaking to me because her writing is kind of weird, and I like it weird. And she explores the darkness, and I like it dark. So I feel like this author is speaking to me. It's really working on me. I'm enjoying the books I've read from her so far, and I look forward to reading everything she puts out. Do you have any experience with this writer? What have you read 13 Ways to Look at a Fat Girl? Have you read Rouge? What do you think my third experience with her work should be? What is your favorite Mona Awad book? And are there any authors that she reminds you of? Otessa Moshfegh, maybe? I've only read one Otessa Moshfegh book, and I can see similarities, but I probably didn't read the best Otessa Moshfegh book. It wasn't in the same league as All's Well or Bunny. Are there any other authors that she reminds you of? Because I'll check those authors out too. I always look forward to connecting with you in the comments section. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next video.